So it would seem that Bama Derangement Syndrome is 100% real, and we're going to talk about it. Let's tighten up. Hello, everyone. Welcome into Tight on the Tide. I'm your host, Wayne Mason. Bama Derangement Syndrome, BDS. Is it real? I think it is. Honestly, as silly as it sounds, I believe it is. And I think it's because of what Alabama has been able to do pretty much since the inception of college football. And that's 18 technically national championships. 16 that the NCAA recognizes, but overall 18. And when you're a school slash team that has that kind of not one dynasty, but two dynasties and possibly more, well, people are honestly, they're not going to like you very much. And I think we see that in what happened with what a certain Mr. Joel Klatt, who is a Fox football, college football sports analyst slash commentator, had to say earlier this week. When on his show, he stated that to him, Alabama's stock is down. And right now, whenever he thinks of the SEC, he's thinking right off the bat of teams Georgia and Texas. But Alabama really doesn't cross his radar when thinking about the SEC. Now, is that a burr under my saddle blanket as an Alabama fan? Maybe a little bit. Maybe. I mean, I try to not let things really bother me that much. I honestly couldn't care less about what anyone says about me personally. But this is something that I'm not sure why, when Mr. Klatt was walking past the hornet's nest, instead of gingerly tiptoeing around it as to not disturb it, why he decided to just flat out kick the snot out of it. I don't get it. Now, being part of something that consists within the SEC, which is a conference that, when you measure greatness in the realm of not just college football, but college sports overall, it, it it's something of such great value that if you're outside of that, if you're someone outside of that, you really don't understand it. And I've been all over this country. I've been to every corner of this country. I lived in the Northwest for going on about 30 years. Right now, I live in Tennessee. But the only place that I've really seen where something is as endearing as college football is within the Southeastern Conference. And I honestly believe that, I mean, Mr. Klatt, he played his college ball at Colorado. And he is part of the Big Ten network for Fox Sports. So, honestly, in my eyes, in my mind, he doesn't truly get it. And I don't know that he ever will. I mean, don't get me wrong. Other conferences like the Big Ten, Big 12, and yes, they do have greatness about them. They do have things that are ingrained in the people there in those specific areas. But it's something different, and it's hard to describe. When you talk about great rivals, yeah, Ohio State, Michigan, that's great rivals. USC, excuse me, USC, Notre Dame. Um, but take a look at what we have here in Alabama. Going back to Wallace Wade, Frank Thomas, Bear Bryant, Gene Stallings, Nick Saban, all of those, the coaches that have accumulated the number of titles, national titles that Alabama has, is an amazing feat. For one university to hold that kind of greatness in a trophy case is just amazing. But in between those runs, in between Bear Bryant, when he stepped down and Ray Perkins took over, and we had to climb back up to finally get Gene Stallings in, and then to see that greatness again, and Gene Stallings left, we dropped back down. We had to climb back up till we got to Nick Saban. We found greatness there again. Lightning struck again. And now Coach Saban has left. We've dropped back down. In all those times that Alabama was in the valley, so to speak, we still carried a large portion of the load of the SEC on Alabama's back. Between the teams, the fans, heck, I can remember one for years. My dad passed away in '04, so he did not get to witness Nick Saban's run. But through all of the Franchiones, the Shulas, and all of the just what most people would call waste that I mean, we had our moments, but through all of the hardness, I remember my dad's favorite saying, "Roll Tide anyway." So even in the down years, Alabama still carried on its back most of the weight of the SEC. And you look at how many players in those lean years came out of Alabama to go on to play and have amazing, amazing careers in the NFL. So for Mr. Klatt to say that in his eyes, whenever someone right now mentions the SEC, Alabama just barely shows up on the radar, if at all. I'm sorry. You don't get it. You really don't get it. And honestly, I have to label it under BDS. It's Bama Derangement Syndrome. Whenever someone achieves greatness, on that path to achieving greatness, people are all for it. But once they get there, people love to see people fall more than they do succeed. It's just a sad truth of reality. I mean, heck, I live in Tennessee. What I was telling, I live in Tennessee, which is Vols country, the place where I work, my place of business. One day last year, I walked into our central offices and I was wearing my Bama gear. The lady behind the counter, Stark, volunteer. She looks up, sees my shirt. Her first comment, now, she was joking and she was being a little snarky. "We don't need any Alabama people around here." To which I promptly replied, Well, that's okay. You probably don't have enough room for all 18 of our national titles in here anyway. Let me tell you, at that moment, if her eyes were weapons, I probably would not be here right now. Anytime I ever bring it up, for one, people don't have a comeback for it. And number two, people who are not a part of it, well, they hate it. So, what are we going to do? Well, honestly, I could not give a rip. I could not give a fleeting rip what Mr. Klatt has to say about the University of Alabama, her team. Yes, Ty Simpson technically probably was one of, was he the best player we had on our squad last season? Maybe. But just because he is leaving, you need to take a look at who's coming in. Because Coach Deboer and his staff heard the cry, and they went out, and this offseason, they are burning barns down. And I guarantee you, the excitement that is starting to build within the camp of the University of Alabama is that of which is going to be pure adrenalized excitement come next August, September. I believe that the University of Alabama is going to go scorched earth on the people that they face this next season. I truly do. I'm excited about it. I can't wait to see it. Heck, I can't even wait to see the spring camp that's coming up here in a few days. So, yeah, what Mr. Klatt said, sure, he kicked the hornet's nest. But in my mind, I couldn't care less because he doesn't get it. You're not from here, Mr. Klatt. So technically, you don't understand. You can say that you do, but you don't. And honestly, you never will. So say what you want. I don't care. The people of Alabama, we hear you, but we don't care. We're going to do what we do. We're going to do what we've always done whenever we're trending down. We're going to support our team. We're going to support our coaches. And we're going to roll Tide roll all over the place. So now I also want to show a shout out that last night, that was quite the game, if you'll excuse me. Last night was an epic SEC matchup, and the Alabama basketball team just knocking it out. Mr. Philon came up 35 points, 7 assists, 117 to 115, double overtime. That's nuts. So congrats to the Alabama basketball squad. Keep it going, guys. Let's keep it going. So, listen, I am working on something right now that I am sure that everybody's going to be excited. I'm excited about. I'm putting it together right now. I'm hoping that the first one's going to be coming out within the next day or so. But it's something that I've been working on, and I'm excited about it. I don't want to give too much away. I just want to say, um, stay in touch so that you know what's going on. Also, thank you so much to those of you who watch and like the video. To all of you who have subscribed, I want to say thank you so much. It means the world. I'm getting going in this whole YouTube thing, and all of the wonderful comments. I want to thank you so much, and please drop a comment down below. What would you guys like to see? What would you like to, for me to touch on so that we can discuss things and go forward from here? Let me know in the comments below. But thank you again. I love you all so much. And until next time, and keep an eye out for what I said. Like I said, I got something that I'm working on that hopefully is going to be dropping within the next day or two. And so we'll see you then. Take care, everybody, and roll Tide.